Hey guys, Joshua Bane Tech. I've got the Samsung Galaxy S4. This is the Verizon model, and this is a review about the battery. I've had the phone for a little over a day now, and I finally got it to where it was fully charged, and I let it all the way down. I think I got about 4% left. I have it turned off. We're going to talk about the battery a little bit, turn it back on, and then go ahead and take a look at the stats. So the way that you're going to get to the battery is there's a little groove in here to peel away the back, and here is the battery itself. Really easy to get out. Just a side note is that this is where your SIM card is located, and this is where your SD card is located. You have to take out the battery in order to fit the SIM card in, so just a little reminder there. It's pretty thin, which is nice, so the battery doesn't really add too much bulk to the phone. Here's the water indicator if you get any kind of water damage. The sensor. Here is the Samsung Galaxy S4 battery. Description on the battery. It's got the NFC. Get your type of battery here. And it kind of gives you some pointers and tips down there. Now this is a 2600 mAh battery, and I believe the Galaxy S3, the little brother of the Galaxy S4, was a 21 or 22 if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that per se. But really easy to put back in. Just go around the edges and snap it back in place. And it should be smooth all the way around. Turn the phone back on. As I said, I have the battery down pretty low, so it's begging me to plug it back in, but we're not going to do that right away. And as you can see here, I have 5% left. Let's go ahead and unlock this baby and take a look at the battery settings. And you're going to hit your settings or your menu, hit the system settings, going over to the More tab. You'll see the battery. Click on that. And this is going to give you a breakdown of what is being used. It says 4% and it's not charging. And the battery life so far has lasted me 20 hours, 10 minutes, and 59 seconds on the battery. I have not plugged it in or anything like that. I had turned off for about 30 minutes so the battery wouldn't be wasted so I could do this video. But let's just look at this screen a little bit more and actually turn the volume down. All these notifications coming through. And here you're going to see the top items being used that is draining your battery the most. So if you're concerned about battery life and you're wondering what's draining your battery, go to this menu. And most of the time, if not always, the number one thing that's going to drain your battery is your screen. So if you're curious about why is your battery draining so much, it's probably because you're using it a lot. The more the screen is on, the more the battery is going to go down. Next is maps. Reason I have that because I've been looking at real estate, so looking at maps and things like that. And also my location services are turned on. Now the Android operating system, that's just going to be basically all your functions, turning up the volume, just going through each app, things like that. And the idle, it's draining some battery, looking on Craigslist, Android system. Standby, Chrome, Facebook, and voice calls. Those are the things for this phone and the usage that I've had that is draining the battery. Here are some of the settings I have that's going on. I have GPS on. I got the screen rotation. This is basically some of the stuff that's what makes your phone work, what makes it think, and what's gonna drive the battery down. So some of these options I have turned off, like I'm not going to use S-Beam that much, I'm not going to use NFC that much. So I just turn all the stuff I'm not going to need and turn it off. And everything else I just kind of leave on. Next, I just basically want to briefly talk about how I use the phone. I consider myself a heavy user. I have a lot of push notifications going through, whether it's emails, social networking, notifications, or things like that. And so that does cause some battery drain, but I'm looking at YouTube videos. I'm looking over Bane Tech stuff through the phone. I'm looking at a lot of browsing and things like that. So I'm very active on the phone throughout the day, and usually when any kind of streaming service is going to drain the battery, I actually use Google Music for my music service, and it's synced up to my iTunes, and that's the way I like to listen to music. And since I'm around Wi-Fi the most and I actually have unlimited data still, I'm not concerned about data usage, but that is something that will also drive the battery down. I unfortunately have Time Warner Cable as my internet provider, and they do not provide the best service for this location, but it's who I have to go with, and it's actually the best out of the options. With that said, and with that in mind, the Wi-Fi is turned on about half the time on the phone. Other times it's just straight 4G. I don't ever turn 4G off. I like the speed and the capabilities that 4G has. So, there is that concern with, 4G draining the battery, but for myself, I like to have it turned on, and I'm actually using it half the time over Wi-Fi, or if not more. Now, I also have a couple little kids, and so there's always those moments that I want to snap a picture or a short video, and I'm also sending that stuff. That is another aspect of battery drain. So that's just a few things of how I use my phone, just to quickly go back over it. I consider myself a heavy user. I have 4G turned on a lot, push notifications. I actually have the screen on a lot. I'm looking at videos on YouTube, watching them, and I have the screen on full brightness most of the time. And so that's kind of like the normal usage I have for my phone throughout the day. With that said, as we saw before, the battery level was around 20 hours. So that's really good in my opinion. It's going to last you all day. You're not going to have to charge it during the day unless if you just have it constantly going. In that case, you might want to get an extra battery or get a battery case or something like that. Or if you're able to charge it while you're at work or something. In my opinion, this battery lasts a lot longer than what the Galaxy S3 did. I am coming from an iPhone 5, and in my opinion, the iPhone 5 has a pretty good battery. It does drain quicker than what I had the 4S, but either way I can make the iPhone 5 last all day, or I can make it drain in half a day if I wanted to. So this battery has outperformed the iPhone 5, the iPhone 4S in my opinion, and actually the Galaxy S3. For more tips, guides, and reviews, please check out Bane-Tech.com. Please subscribe to this channel. You can follow me on all the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram. Until then, this is Joshua Bane Tech. I'll see you in the next video.